What is going on? Right now I'm working on the solar install. Essentially what all of this is a solar panel that I ordered, and the brackets that came with it were absolutely shit. It was so fucking horseshit. It was just some plastic kind of brackets, and with it came these self-tapping screws. And you know, I looked around on the internet and found a better solution for it. This is these are tiltable. So essentially, if I take out this screw, I can adjust this bracket and I can tilt it. I don't really like this solution either. Like, it's not the best. Like, the best would be like an auto tilt, something with like a pump or something that could adjust it automatically. But for now, this is absolutely a lot better than my my original idea was to drill a hole through the roof rack, because I found these little guys online and they are like a perfect fit for the roof rack. These are just some oval tube mounts, perfect for the purpose. So I just adjusted some bolts for it, so they are nice and secure to the rack right now. These are actually even threaded with a 10mm screw right here. So yeah, just perfect. I'm going to be mounting this very soon. Now just adjusting and screwing down the actual bracket of the solar panel itself. So we are getting somewhere, getting progress. Here we are, man. The solar panel in its full charm. Just mounted on the roof. I've only mounted these two so far. Now I'm going to be mounting the other ones that are underneath here. That's going to be a lot harder. So really excited for that. Solar panel rather is fully securely mounted to the roof rack. I'm so stoked about the solution that I made. It sits beautifully on the roof rack. Doesn't take up too much space. I got a lot of the solar panel outside of the roof rack, and it's secure as fuck. Like, this shit is not coming off. My only concern is wind. If it's gonna make a lot of noise or not, we'll just have to see. But I don't think it should be a problem. Shouldn't be a problem. And the cables are actually long enough so I can just connect them now. Haven't inserted my battery yet, so I'm gonna wait with that, but I'm really happy about this. It's beautiful. Yo, what is good? We are now currently working on further isolating the vehicle. We put some of the expanding foam into the beams last night, let it dry out, so all the beams and the areas where we can't really get to is now filled up with the expanding foam. We do need a little bit more of the expanding foam. We used a shit ton. It had 5 boxes of that stuff that we put in, and we didn't make it to the beam all around here, so we're gonna have to wait to isolate this part, which kind of sucks because I wanted to put up the panel that goes on the roof today, but fortunately I won't be able to make it until I get more money for more foam. Shit's expensive, but we are making progress though in the rest of the van. I didn't just cut out this big piece of ply. That's gonna go on that wall behind the kitchen, and that's also gonna be for our window. So we're gonna have to make a cut in that piece of ply. That's gonna be the window. I'm gonna make a frame for it and everything. I'm doing that. And yeah, just now isolating the rest of the vehicle with double bubble foil, making sure it's nice and tight, no leakages. And yeah, shit's happening, bro. we're pretty much done with insulation. We tried to put on this big old plate that Iron carved out the window to, but we had some problems with the panel that's gonna be on there. That had to come on first. Now I'm working on getting this piece of ply to fit where we want it, right next to that seat belt panel thing. So I just put the ply right next to it and scribed out the shape of the panel, so it's gonna sit right next to the panel, and then we're gonna have some kind of way to make it pretty. I'm not sure yet, but just to make it in place, I'm gonna cut out this with the bandsaw. There we go, man. Nice and tight on the wall. We are good. Now we can just carve out the window, start mounting the kitchen cabinets, and get to work, baby! We just put up that thing, a little shit of ply underneath the cabin panel right here. I opened up this tape. We put in the expanding foam in here last night into the beam front of here, so it should be really good isolated in the cabin as well, which is really good. But I opened up the tape and it started spraying out because it hadn't cured yet, because probably there's a lack of oxygen. So I just need to clean up a little bit more. I got some of the seats as well, man. It sucks. This shit just goes way deep into the textile, which is just like a nightmare to get out. Like, I don't know, maybe acetone does it. We'll just have to see. Other than that, not that bad. We'll get it sorted, but this just does not seem to cure, so I'll have to wait for this. I just open it up now so it has a bit more oxygen. Hopefully it cures soon. And then I can put on these things. Sun visors up there. Nice to get them back in. Just got this panel installed and tried to fire up the diesel heater. It seems to be firing right now, but I can hear this clicking sound. I don't know what it is. I can hear this weird clicky noise. Just hooked up my battery, put it in here and hooked it up. Everything. It looks like a fucking mess in here, don't look. But it's all up and running. I just installed it, flipped the switch, tried out my inverter, and it lit up. I connected to shore power just to charge the battery while it's freshly installed. I don't really know like what procedure you need to take. I did some researching on the interwebs but didn't find anything like specific. There was a lot of info about like filling them and stuff, but I hope I don't need to fill the fucking battery, man. That sounds like work. But yeah, they come with these caps. It's a lead acid battery, so it came with a cap. I bought a lead acid just because of the price and the amount of amp hours I can get out of it. Probably on the second hand I should probably have gone for a AGM or lithium. And definitely if this ever stops working, I will go for lithium. But we are up and running. The battery charger here is going strong. I'm pretty stoked though. It's fun to see it actually working and not exploding in my face. You can see here that the charge controller is getting powered. I haven't connected the solar yet, but when I connect the MC4 connectors on the roof, the solar should start charging as well. So that's pretty cool. The DC-DC charger, I've just taken out the fuse, and so it doesn't have a connection yet, but I can just plug in that, and theoretically I could do that now. So that's pretty fun. I'm working on the bed right now. It's taking shape, man. It's really Really starting to look like something. I'm getting so goddamn stoked over here. Look at this shit. Oh, there goes my camera pot. Well, whatever. Whatever. It's getting really good. I just got a shot of adrenaline from actually cutting my hand on the chop saw right here. I was a bit uncareful and touched it as I like stopped it. It was still going, and I don't have the protection screen here properly mounted, and I barely touched it and I got away with a scare. Really lucky, but yeah, whatever. Starting to take shape over here. We're gonna have. Oh, Jonas. Now I'm ruining everything, like I always do. But it's coming along nicely. We're thinking of having a sheet of ply on top of here, and we're gonna have this 2x4 under it for support, and more support from the floor as well to keep it up.
And we're going to have support under here, so when we are donkey, we are not.
When we are what?
Donkey.
Donkey.
Then we're not.
What's that?
Falling down.
Here comes Gollum.
Hi, precious.
We just got the bed structure pretty much finished. There are a few bits and pieces that we need to do. This section is going to be Lucky's bed, our dog. So I'm gonna have some plates going up right here, and then I need to add another 2x2s there just to get some support for the plates. Right now I'm working on the kitchen area as well. I'm gonna be looking into getting this sheet of MDF fixed to the floor. That's gonna be the channel for the diesel heater for the air. And then we bought some hobby plates, so I'm gonna use some hobby plates for the front cover and just make some holes in it for the air to pass through under here, so that the hot air doesn't go right into the kitchen area. Some last second decisions though, and we're gonna put our fridge in here instead, and that's gonna allow us to have a lot more space in the kitchen area for eventually putting in a water system, and we have enough power here to be able to do it. So we got enough cables, and for the fridge I just need to add an extra cable from the bus bar with a fuse on it from both the positive and negative bus bar. It's going to be very easy, so I think it's a good idea. We're going to save ourselves a lot more space in the kitchen area, so we could eventually, if we want, we can add a cooktop of some sort here. That was actually a lot harder than I expected. It went a lot smoother in my head before I started, but it was really difficult to keep the rudder on track. So, not really sure what to do here. Maybe I should just take the jigsaw, create something with that. Oh well, that didn't turn out quite as I had hoped or expected. But we do have some air shout holes, and I don't really give a shit at this point. At least we got some holes. Like, it would nice if it would look a little bit better, but I'm not gonna take the time to redo this. I'm just gonna put it in place, and I don't think it's gonna look that bad anyway. Like, it looks, you know, it's yeah, it's not my proudest work, but it's gonna do the job, and it's gonna look a little bit cool actually. It looks very it looks homemade, that's for sure. So yeah, it's good. Gotta put this in place now and start figuring out what to do with the rest of the cabinets. There we go, man, the base is ready.